Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. I'm Sophia, and I'm really happy to see you here today.
And I'm Jake. We're excited to explore a topic that many English learners struggle with.
Yes, today we're talking about a very common challenge, understanding English but feeling stuck when you try to speak.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. You can watch a movie, follow a podcast, or even understand a conversation with friends, but when it's your turn to speak, the words disappear.
That's a perfect description. Many learners feel that their brain knows the words, but their mouth just can't deliver them in time.
And that's completely normal. Listening and speaking are very different skills. Listening is mostly passive, while speaking is active. You have to think of grammar, vocabulary, sentence structure, and pronunciation all at once.
That's why speaking can feel stressful. Sometimes you freeze, even though you know exactly what to say. It's your brain trying to manage too many things at the same time.
Think of it like this. Your ears are fast runners. They catch words and sentences quickly, but your mouth is like a runner who's just starting to train.
That's a funny image, but it's true. Speaking is a physical skill as much as it is mental. Your brain and mouth need to work together, and that takes practice.
Another challenge is the fear of making mistakes. Many learners think they must speak perfectly, but that slows them down. Mistakes are normal, and they're actually helpful for learning.
Absolutely. It's better to speak imperfectly than to stay silent. Each attempt strengthens your confidence and helps you speak more naturally over time.
One tip I always give learners is don't wait until you feel ready. That feeling may never come. Start small. Speak a few words, then a sentence, then longer sentences.
And don't forget about daily practice. Listening is everywhere, movies, podcasts, music, but speaking happens less often. That's why even good listeners may feel they can't speak.
Right. You need speaking opportunities, even if it's just with yourself. Describe your day out loud, repeat phrases from a show, or explain something simple. The more you speak, the easier it becomes.
I like to call it daily speaking snacks. Short, frequent practice sessions are better than rare, long sessions. Even a few minutes each day makes a difference.
And pronunciation matters too. When you're nervous, you might mumble or speak too fast, which makes it harder to form sentences. Slowing down and focusing on clarity helps a lot.
Simple sentences are fine. You don't need perfect grammar at first. Even simple sentences help your brain learn how to speak automatically.
Another strategy is preparing sentences in advance. Think of a few things you can say about yourself, your hobbies, or your day. Having ready phrases reduces stress.
Repetition also works wonders. Repeating sentences and expressions daily helps your brain and mouth memorize them together. Speaking becomes much easier this way.
Speaking is like a skill in sports or music. No one becomes a pianist or football player just by watching videos. Practice is the key.
And mistakes are part of the process. When you make a mistake, your brain learns and adjusts. Each mistake actually helps you improve.
Some learners worry they'll sound wrong or funny, but most people care more about understanding than perfection. The goal is communication.
Confidence is as important as vocabulary. Every time you speak, even a few words, your confidence grows. Small steps lead to big progress.
So, celebrate small wins. Did you say one sentence in English today? That's progress. Did you ask a question? That's progress. Every step counts.
Another tip is to speak about familiar topics. Describe your favorite movie, a hobby, or a recipe. Since you already know the topic, speaking becomes easier.
And don't forget to use real-life situations. Ordering food, asking for directions, or explaining something simple are perfect practice moments.
And it's okay to repeat phrases you hear. Copying how native speakers talk helps your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence.
Exactly. Repeating phrases trains both your mouth and your brain. Over time, speaking becomes more natural, and forming sentences feels automatic.
Remember, learning to speak is a gradual process. Some days are easier than others, and that's completely fine. Be patient with yourself.
And speaking doesn't have to be perfect to be successful. Communicating your ideas clearly is more important than making no mistakes.
So today, we've talked about why speaking feels hard even when you understand English, and we shared strategies to overcome it.
Practice, repetition, simple sentences, preparing phrases, and confidence building are all important steps. And remember, mistakes are part of learning.
By taking small daily steps, you can move from understanding English to speaking it more comfortably and naturally.
And don't forget to enjoy the process. Speaking English can be fun, and every sentence you try is a step forward. All right, let's move forward and see some practical tips and exercises that will help you speak more confidently.
All right, now let's talk about practical ways to move from understanding to speaking confidently.
The first tip is to speak every day, even for a few minutes. Your brain and mouth need constant practice.
Start with simple sentences. For example, describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee, or I'm walking to the park.
Yes, and don't worry about grammar at first. Focus on getting words out and forming complete sentences.
Another technique is shadowing. Listen to a short sentence or phrase, then repeat it exactly as you hear it.
This trains your mouth and brain to speak like a native speaker. It also improves your pronunciation and rhythm naturally.
You can shadow lines from a movie, a podcast, or even a YouTube video you like. Pick sentences that are short and clear.
Another tip is recording yourself. Speak about your day, repeat phrases, or answer simple questions aloud. Then, listen.
Recording helps you notice mistakes, improve pronunciation, and track progress. Sometimes you'll hear things you didn't notice while speaking.
And don't be afraid to repeat phrases. Repetition helps your mouth memorize how to say sentences correctly.
You can even create a small notebook with sentences you use daily, like greetings or simple expressions, and practice them out loud.
Another effective method is question and answer practice. Ask yourself a question and answer it. For example, what did I eat today? Then answer in English.
That's a great idea. It trains your brain to recall vocabulary quickly and form sentences automatically.
You can also do this with a partner. Even if it's just a friend or a language exchange partner, short Q&A sessions are very effective.
Another tip is to describe what you see around you. For example, in a park, the tree is big, the flowers are red, the dog is running.
Yes, this makes your brain produce sentences in real time and trains your mind to speak spontaneously, not just repeat memorized phrases.
Role-playing is also helpful. Pretend you are in a restaurant, store, or airport. Practice asking questions or giving answers you might need in real life.
And try to use full sentences. Instead of just yes or no, say, yes, I would like a cup of tea, please. It's more natural.
Another tip is think in English as much as possible. Don't translate from your language, it slows you down.
Right. When you describe your day, try thinking, I am walking to work, instead of translating from your native language first.
Also, it's okay to pause and think. Speaking slowly and clearly is better than rushing and making mistakes.
And here's a fun one. Talk to yourself like you're teaching someone. Explain something simple in English, like how to make tea or my favorite hobby.
That's great because teaching forces you to structure your sentences and use vocabulary actively.
Another very practical exercise is to expand your answers. If someone asks, what did you do today? Don't just say, I worked. Add details. I worked in the garden, I planted flowers and watered the plants.
Exactly. Adding details trains your brain to form longer sentences naturally, and it gives you more practice connecting ideas.
And don't forget listening and repeating. Listen to a short podcast sentence, pause, and repeat it slowly. Focus on accuracy, pronunciation, and rhythm.
Over time, your mouth starts remembering how to say phrases automatically. You won't need to think so much about each word.
Another tip is memorizing small chunks, like useful expressions. I think that, in my opinion, I feel like, and practice them daily.
These chunks are like building blocks. When you speak, you can combine them quickly into full sentences without thinking too much.
And don't worry about mistakes. Each error is a lesson. You learn faster when you actually speak rather than stay silent.
Try to speak with confidence, even if it's not perfect. People respond more positively to clear, confident communication than flawless grammar.
Another exercise is storytelling. Pick a simple story or event and try to tell it in English, step by step. Don't worry if it's short. Practice matters most.
Yes, even talking about your day is storytelling. I woke up, had breakfast, went to the park, saw a dog, and came home.
And it's okay to pause or repeat words while speaking. Native speakers do it too. It's normal and helps you organize your thoughts.
You can also combine techniques. For example, describe your day while thinking in English, record yourself, then listen and repeat tricky sentences.
That's right. Combining multiple exercises helps your brain and mouth work together. Speaking gradually becomes more automatic.
And the best part is, these exercises don't need to take long. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day consistently makes a big difference.
The key is consistency. Daily speaking, repetition, and practicing with real situations or topics you enjoy will boost your confidence naturally.
By practicing these strategies, you'll notice you start forming sentences faster, speaking more clearly, and feeling less nervous.
And the more you practice, the easier it becomes to speak spontaneously without overthinking each word.
So now you have a bunch of tools: speaking daily, shadowing, recording, Q&A, describing, role-playing, thinking in English, and storytelling.
Exactly. Try different exercises and see what works best for you. Everyone has a slightly different learning style.
And don't forget to be patient. Speaking skills grow gradually, but with daily practice, you'll get there.
Next, we'll share some final tips and summarize all these techniques to help you make real progress.
Now, let's wrap everything up with final tips and reminders to help you speak English more confidently.
First, remember that consistency is key. Even 10 minutes every day is better than an hour once a week.
Daily practice helps your brain and mouth work together. It builds automatic speaking habits naturally.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every error is a step forward, not a failure.
Absolutely. Mistakes are proof that you're learning and trying, which is exactly what matters most.
Use small, practical exercises: shadowing, recording yourself, role-playing, Q&A, and storytelling.
Combine techniques. For example, describe your day, record it, listen, repeat, and improve each time.
Another tip is to expand your sentences. Add details whenever possible. Instead of "I ate," say "I ate breakfast and drank tea while listening to music."
That trains your brain to produce longer, more natural sentences without thinking too hard.
Also, try to think in English, not translate from your native language. It speeds up your ability to speak spontaneously.
And don't forget to use real-life situations for practice: ordering food, asking directions, or describing your surroundings.
Confidence is just as important as grammar or vocabulary. Speak clearly, even if it's imperfect, and people will understand you.
Celebrate small wins. Every sentence you say in English is progress. Every question you ask is a step forward.
And have fun. Make speaking enjoyable. Talk about topics you love, sing, or explain something interesting in English.
To summarize, your main tools are daily practice, repetition, thinking in English, shadowing, recording, Q&A, role play, storytelling, and confidence building.
Try different exercises, combine techniques, and find what works best for you. Your speaking will improve steadily over time.
And remember, progress is gradual. Some days are easier, some harder, but every effort counts.
Finally, if you enjoyed this episode or found it helpful, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Your feedback helps us create more lessons just like this.
Yes, share your experiences, questions, or favorite exercises in the comments. We love reading them and replying to you.
Keep practicing, stay patient, and focus on speaking a little more every day. You can do this.
Absolutely. Your journey is unique, so enjoy it. Celebrate progress, and remember, every word you speak matters.
That's right. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. You'll soon find yourself thinking in English without even noticing.
So go ahead, start small, speak often, and trust the process. English speaking is a skill you can master step by step.
And remember, we're cheering for you every step of the way. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy speaking English.
Thanks for listening today. We hope you feel ready to speak a little more confidently and enjoy the process.
See you in the next episode, and happy speaking.